Good afternoon. My name is Amy DeSanzo, founder of Fearless and Fit. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about how to be successful in your business. We're going to go over 4 components that I believe will help to start and drive a successful business. You know, I got thinking the other day, and I was just wondering, what is it why some people are so successful at their business right off the bat, while others struggle to figure it out? And truthfully, I believe it is a mindset. There are these 4 components that will help you to succeed. However, if you go into your network marketing business with the mindset that this is a $1 million company, that this is a $1 million business, that you are the CEO, you are the business owner sitting in that chair, then you will be successful. But if you come into this treating it like the couple $100 that maybe you started it up with, then you won't be successful because you're wishy-washy. You don't make this a priority. And that is really what this comes down to. But there are 4 specific things that you must do in order to make this successful. So the first one is to create your hours of operation. You have to do this. Any coach that you talk to, and if I ask them, what are your hours of operation, or when do you work your business? And they say, well, it depends. I figure it out each day, I do it when I can. Those coaches are most of the time the ones who also struggle in their business. The reason for this is because you have to treat it like a business. If you went to the store expecting them to be open, but they said, we just operate when we feel like it, would you ever go back there? Probably not. But if they have hours on the door and you came past those hours, I'm sure that you would show up the next day when they were open. So create those hours of operation. You cannot have the attitude of, well, it depends. You have to set up time for yourself to work your business. So get out a timeline, get out your calendar, and block out those times when you will work. And then I want you to block it down into more specific areas. So when you're going to reach out to new people, when you're going to schedule your calls, when you will do your blog posts, when you'll do your Instagram or Facebook posts. You need to figure this out. This is going to be the most important part so that you can actually spend undivided attention in your business and you will not be able to make any excuses. Of course, as a mom, oftentimes there are things that come up and you're not able to stick to that exactly every single day. However, if you can stick to it for the majority of the time, then you'll be able to be successful. We all understand things come up, but if you can devote time to it every single day and know when your calls will be, then you in your mind are treating this like a business and you will go places. The second thing is expenses. You need to understand that if you are running a business, you do have to spend some money on it. This doesn't have to be a crazy amount. However, you do need to understand that in order to grow, you do need to put some money back into this. And I completely get it. A lot of you are starting this business with nothing. You're starting this business scraping pennies to try and start a company. Try and build something for yourself. So I understand that. However, when you make that first paycheck, or maybe the next 2, put a little bit aside because you need to understand that you will want to put money in places so that you can grow. It's the people who don't understand that you have to make financial sacrifices that they're business doesn't grow, or it grows at a much slower pace. Because in your mind, what you're saying is that that sacrifice of spending money on this trip or on this convention or on, gifts for my team or on, paying somebody to build your Instagram or paying somebody to create a blog. When you're not willing to put that money in your mind, you are saying, I will not make enough to pay for this. So it is not worth it. It's in your mind. You have to change your mentality. You have to go into this with a budget. You don't have to go crazy, but you have to go in expecting an outcome, expecting that you will be making a profit off of this and you will be able to not have to worry about that expense because you're going to be making up tenfold for it. So that goes into my third one of forecasting. Now, this is kind of, you have to estimate where what your future holds. So what that boils down to is, what are your short-term and long-term goals? You need to set these goals because that is going to be the caveat that will drive your business hours, that will drive your expenses. If you don't forecast and you don't know what your goals are, there's no way you can set a budget. There's no way you know how much time in a week you need to be spending on your business because you don't know where you're going. You have to forecast. You have to set these goals for yourself so that you have direction, so that off of those goals, you can back into, okay, if I want to be here, this is how many people I need to be talking to in a week. This is how many hours I need to be spending on my business. This is, the amount of money that I need to put aside so that I can pay for somebody to write a blog post or for somebody to build up my Facebook page. Without that forecast, you are like the blind leading the blind because you don't know what the payoff is going to be. You don't know how many hours you even should be working so that you can get to where you want to go. So that forecast is crucial. I want you right now to grab a piece of paper and start writing down those goals. Think about where you want to be in the next 2 weeks, where you want to be in the next 30 days, 60 days. What about in a year? Where can you or want to see yourself? Once you have that picture in your mind, you could even go 5 years from now. Where do you want to be? Then I want you to think about it. Look at that piece of paper and really tap in to all of your senses. When you reach that goal, how are you going to feel? What are you going to see? What is it going to smell like and taste like? Close your eyes and think about this. What amazing opportunity is out there. How it will feel. How in your heart you will know that you are doing better, that you are able maybe to help people around you. You're able to pay off your debts. What is that going to feel like? Will you be able to go on vacation with your family? Will you be able to see things that you've never seen before because you put that time in? What is it going to be like? You need to figure that out. Sit, let it soak in, and really think about it. And number 4 is your expectation of profit. And I talked a little bit about this already, but you need to think about where this is going to go and expect it. You cannot start a business thinking, well, if this happens, well, if I can do this. No, you will. You need to believe in your own success before you actually see it. If you're just winging it, if you're just wishy-washy and you're saying, well, I'll figure it out as I go, and, I'm going to, just work when I can, you won't go anywhere. You cannot just wing a business. You have to sit in that CEO's chair and act like one. You need to move forward with the intention, with the expectation of profit. So when you are setting a budget and you are thinking about your expenses, you need to expect that profit, that it's going to pay off. Because if you're constantly thinking that it's not going to, then you'll never be able to put in the expenses, the time, or the effort. Because you won't expect anything in return. And for me, I think this is the biggest piece, the absolute biggest piece that people miss. Because when they come into a network marketing company, they aren't paying that much to come in. They come in thinking they want something, they want to build something, they want to create their dreams. But then they don't have the expectation of profit. They think, well, I'll do this, or, maybe this will pay off. No, you need to have the attitude that no matter what, it doesn't matter how much you spent right now. It doesn't matter how much it's going to cost for you to join. If you want this, you will make it happen, and you will have a profit. You will make this exceed beyond your dreams. If you do not believe that with everything you have, then you won't get there. You need to expect that profit and expect that success and start acting like it today. So sit in the seat of a CEO and look at your business today. Are you acting in the way a CEO would? Is your business running the way $1 million company would run? I'm not saying you have to be perfect, and I'm not saying that you have to have it all together. But you do have to start somewhere, and that's right here. You need to change your mindset. You need to expect great things for you and your business, and then act upon them. If you can do this, then you will be successful. You will have a successful business, company, whatever it is that you are doing. So I want you to just step back and truly put yourself in that CEO's chair. Are you treating this like a business? If you are in network marketing and you are saying, no, I really haven't, I really am not. And to be honest, I never even opened the doors to my business. That is your first step. You need to open the doors to your business. So whether that's hosting a party, a shake and share, whether that is doing a group workout, whether it's hosting a thing online, inviting people to challenge groups, whatever it is, you need to do it. You need to open the doors to your business today. So the biggest point in this is that you are making the announcement to the world what you are doing, this new adventure that you are taking on. And secondly, that holds you accountable. Once you make it public, it's very hard to back off and back out of something that you told everybody that you were going to do. That's one of my little tricks that I use all the time. I will come up with an idea, I'll come up with a group, and I'll think about it, and I don't know really how to go about doing it, and maybe there's a part of me that's telling me, oh, you shouldn't do this, you can't do this. That's that little chatterbox in your head. but I know that I should. And so I quiet that voice. I just quiet that voice and I say, okay, I have to make this public. Immediately, I create a post and I start talking about it. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do it. I haven't figured out all the details yet, but I made a post. I've taken action. And through taking action, that propels me to follow through. And so now I've made it public and I have to go through with this. And so that forces me to figure it out. That forces me to do it. So you don't have to know exactly the steps right off the bat. But if you have something in your heart and, maybe your upline has told you, you should be running a challenge group by yourself. You should do this by yourself. Just do it. Just do it. There's not going to be anything holding you back. There's not going to be anything that you can't figure out. So just announce it, figure it out, and do it. We have so many resources, guys. We live in a world of knowledge. So you can figure it out. And other people will come around you and help you to do it. So don't be afraid. Take that first step today. Open the doors to your business. Start believing in what you are doing and in the success that you will be, and expect that profit. Create your business hours and make sure that you are sticking to them as much as possible. And of course, set aside a little budget for your expenses so that you can put some money in to get even more out, and set those goals, short-term and long-term, so that you know what expenses and hours you need to be putting in to reach them. Thank you guys so much. I hope this helps you in your business. I believe in you, and truly, guys, you can make your dreams come true. You just need to know and believe that you can do it, and quiet those voices that tell you you can't, because you can. And a lot of times those voices get louder and louder and louder the closer you get to what you're supposed to be doing. The closer you get to that success, those voices might get louder and louder. But if you can keep them out and keep forging forward with those blinders on, you're there. And you will be more successful than you could ever imagine. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Amy DeSanzo with Fearless and Fit. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to give me a like and share it with your friends.